Right, enough of that Smooya. Let's get into Reflex versus Revelation here on Dust 2 as we start things off with the pistol round. Reflex on CT side, Revelation over on T. We've got Glocks and CZs, excuse me, USPs at standard. It's Fraser. They were hyped about that opening kill. Okay, fair enough, Reflex. First one has been found with a simple headshot. The fuse kit still on Cray's side of things.
Oh, we have a false start.
Uh-oh.
Looks like we might just have to maybe get this one reset. But the thing is, did they actually decide to reset before damage was actually dealt? That is the important ruling that we have to have here.
Okay, sorry, we're just getting an update real quick. The knife round never got played.
Okay.
So we've got to quickly go ahead and reset that before we can go into that and try and see if we can set up a knife round between Reflex and Revelation. Obviously, you know, a side pick is a good idea.
Yeah.
I mean,
generally.
I mean, it does kind of kill the idea that that first headshot came through from Fraser and everyone got hyped about it. Like, it does tell me that
was amazing timing.
Yeah, it was incredible. Just like, oh my god, they were hyped about that opening for opening frag. Like, my word.
Of course, we have to work with we're on a little bit of a Go TV delay here because stop stream something, etc., etc. And we have extra Twitch delay, so that was just perfectly timed. Timing that you could probably use in CSGO if you even play the game anymore.
Yeah.
Do you play the game anymore?
I mean, on and off. I mean, it depends what you mean by play the game. Do I play the game? Yes, I often do launch the game just to go through demos and play surfing and such.
Yeah.
But when it comes to actually playing in ranked, I haven't played ranked for ages. Just because it's much more easier for me to do demo review and study teams rather than try and be the best player I can be. It works better for the job, let's put it that way. Right, how is this going to go down? What is the knife round situation for these two teams? I'm hearing all sorts of ticks in my head, so I'm not sure what the deliberation is right now. Looks like they are going back in with pistol setup, so maybe they are just going to accept the fact that this knife round is completely barren in this matchup, and they're just going to stick with their CT and T sides for Reflex and Revelation. They're going to launching into this one, a quick rush from Revelation, this time towards the B bomb site, links the man to try and hold it down as Whisk gets stinks away. USP can't land the headshot, he does take one alongside of Whisk kills as Lee takes down the Link trying to get back behind the big box. And rotations will be coming through, he gets another headshot, 2 kills, 3 kills for his name. Impact will frag back to 1 versus 2, left alone with the Glock and a 4K clutch. The bomb has been picked up, but he can't get to the bomb site without getting shot at.
How has Link lasted that long before he went down on the B bomb site? Able to do so much damage to this Revelation Gaming team. Impact will recover the bomb though, but he'll get double peeked. Fantastic teamwork there from the Reflex EU guys. Adam will get the final kill of the round, and that was just a simple case of 1, 2, 3 swing.
Indeed it was. Very, very simple stuff again coming from Revelation. I mean, nice drive for the rush obviously after you played so quickly towards the A bomb site and then everything just kind of fell barren from there. But for Reflex, their defensive was well played again. Link holding down his positions alongside Whisk. And there you go. Nice one on the board for the Reflex squad as they go in the rifles. No bomb plot for Revelation. Going to go with the eco in this one, however. Of course, every single team has different buy strategies approaching this second round. And Revelation obviously just going to go in with the lack of Kevlar. Get rid of this round and then focus to the rifle in round 3. And we should get picked apart relatively easy by the Reflex guys. Whisk gets the first. Fraser spots others, nades in against the T-side. Serious damage down on Whiskin.
Oh.
Craig is going to get a double dunk down with the nades. Well played from him. I'm not sure where he was coming in from. Ah, from CT. Okay. Well placed regardless to get as many as he did. I mean, again, it's an eco round, so I'm not taking too much away from it. 2-0 start for Reflex and Revelation here with the AKs.
Yeah, it just goes to show how important utility is, especially on towards unarmed opponents. You just really, soften them up. You just give them not a lot of room to work with in terms of the fights that they can actually take. But here comes a quick long take coming out for the Revelation Gaming side. But the thing is, they're not met with any resistance at all, as Fraser has to back off with that scout all the way to the back of Goose on the A-bomb site. So now that they've actually secured that long position as an option now, they're going to back off of it, back through long doors. But look, there's a flank coming up for Link. He's found his way all the way through the tunnels, all the way up towards T-spawn. Spots the player of what is going to be Hawk there, as we'll get the first kill of the round up onto the board. Fraser will go down on the A site to leave.
Impacts Fraser to face out towards Dark. He does not realize there's one man right here, King Cray, out to the shadow, spots him and sprays him down with the SMG. Rusty will be able to track back onto that man there towards the short position, and Hawk deals with Link over to the upper tunnels. The 4 versus 2 scenario. Revelation have full control of the map and full control of the man advantage. Moving in towards the long position, it's all going to be left on Adam with the AUG to try and see if he can hold things down. So Rusty will face here with the AK. Adam with a lot of work to do, which is not going to happen. Simple tag up, simple headshot with the AK-47. It's going to be a first on the ball for Revelation Gaming. No way Whisker's going to clutch this one out. And he'll go back towards T-spawn, try to get an exit frag, but nothing's going to come his way.
Yeah, going to be saving that, or at least you suspect saving that FAMAS into the next round. Got incendiary grenade and flashbang as well, which are also worth saving. Those incendiary grenades are quite expensive on the CT side, $600 there to be able to take into the next round. You even pick up the AK here, so that's an even more valuable weapon, at least in terms of its utility, not in terms of its price tag, of course. But Whisk, I don't think it. Oh, there we go. Finds the shot onto Russ. Okay, that's the one exit frag, but probably not going to be able to get more in this sort of situation unless he gets pushed up through those long doors. But that's going to be the first round going up onto the board for Revelation Gaming. But thanks to the players surviving over the past couple of rounds for Reflex, they will be able to buy into this one slightly. We've got the likes of Link and Adam that might just struggle a little bit to get themselves some decent weaponry, but I wouldn't be surprised if they get rifles out regardless.
Well, the key thing about Whisk saving this AK is obviously he carries another weapon into the next round. It's not just firepower, it's not just that utility, but it's also the fact that it is a rifle. So you can drop the M4 to Link, and he can afford the head Kevlar plus the full set of utility. I mean, the head Kevlar's not going to matter that much against Revelation, but he has maxed out everything, so why the hell not? So he faces in Adam with the first place, and Leafless gets himself 2 frags, almost 3. King Cray lines up 2 more, however. Rusty trades him back to a 3 versus 2, but an opportunity has been opened up by Reflex's long defensive. Flashbangs will come through, they will try and stall against the Revelation side, and they will catch Rusty as he crosses through the smoke. Impact still on the bomb site with the bomb on his back. He's got to try and find some room to breathe. Molotov's down, will not force him out of position. The boost will still come through. Spotted up here. He knows it. He's out towards the P-spot. Still burning alive in Impact. Will take that frag on Link, leaving it all on Whisk. Not going to happen. J-Sav shuts him down, and Revelation are going to equalize.
Very aggressive and in your face there from Revelation Gaming. They could have just taken the maybe slightly safer option, is actually just committing to the bomb plant, but you also got to consider that will basically take one player out of the equation there that they really could have used in that crossfire coming up on towards ramp. So it's a calculated decision from them. Russ will spot 2 cross there. If he spotted the 3rd, that would be crucial information gathered, though, as the rest of those CTs will head themselves towards the B site for their just default setup. As again, long control very easily gotten from Revelation, mostly because the Reflex side are on those eco pistols right now. So not really expecting much out of this round. Fraser will go down very, very quickly indeed. But King Cray, okay, he finds 1 at the car position, finds 2 at the car with the P250. Okay, this all of a sudden this starts to become a little bit more possible, but Russ finds straight back Adam. Okay, he contributes to the round now for Reflex as well, and he gets himself an AK, which can be deadly, but Impact takes him completely out of the equation. A surprise 2v2 here on round 5.
Yeah, should not have seen this coming at all. It should be a 5 versus 2, but great hold coming in from King Cray, and Adam, of course, working off the damage he'd done towards the scout player. Now they have a scout to work with, and Whisker's going to try to turn that on towards the head. And the first, no, flicking way too far wide, but Link actually gets the deagle shot. It's a 1 versus 1. He's getting close towards the Impact, will actually pick up the AK. Now he's got some serious firepower to work with. The pop flash lands a little bit too short, and Link's going to avoid any blindness facing in. Finds Impact, but can't connect the headshot. Will just do body damage to 73 points of health, and that means he stays alive. But as the only player alive of Revelation Gaming, that's going to be a very expensive round. A great eco coming through from Reflex.
Yeah, falling foul a little bit, maybe to the aim punch. Of course, no armor on those eco players, so even though you get yourself an AK, you get yourself picked up weaponry, then it's still not going to be as effective as it otherwise would be because of the fact that you have no armor. So if you get body shot, then your aim is just going to go flying up all over the place, and if you go for a spray, you're more likely than not going to miss it. But here comes the play through the mid doors then for Revelation Gaming. They get themselves good amount of control, but Wisp with the timing peak, able to get no one as he gets taken out of the equation by Hawk. King Cray, though, manages to get a trade back onto Impact. There's Link. Oh, he gets that too with that M4A4. But the thing is, the bomb site is open for business for Revelation Gaming to get themselves in.
A 2v3 scenario, Reflex have the man advantage, and the bomb can go down. Smoke towards the doors and Molotov onto the window will give him enough room to breathe, and that bomb should go down relatively easily. The Reflex up for the retake. They don't have a defuse kit, interestingly enough. So this could still get interesting if they can hold off for long enough here. These 2 players, not going to happen. Fraser and Link so well coordinated to get those 2 picks. It's not even going to be a challenge. 3-3 back on the board for Reflex EU. And simple stuff coming through on that retake again. Just the man advantage, they knew they had it, and then it was just that case of confident picks and picks, and that's enough for the CT side.
The pendulum swinging back and forth in this game as we draw a level once again on round 7 of this one. It looks like Revelation Gaming, they're going to get the pistols out here, bits of utility here and there, even though they could well have forced in this situation, and I wouldn't put it against them if they did, but playing a little bit more conservatively in this situation, just going for those pistols, making sure they have the best buy possible coming into the next round. And here comes the fast play up through short. There's one of the flashbangs used, and trying to challenge the players at long range with those pistols actually does very, very well for them, surprisingly so. They'll be able to get the bomb down the bonus and the bonus money that entails. And now, once again, Reflex have to manage a retake with the numbers disadvantage.
So well hit from Revelation with a flashbang, blinding him off. They get themselves 2 picks, make it 3, traded back for only 1. 2 versus 4. This has suddenly looked like it might be a Revelation round. Fraser trying to recover one of those AKs and get the hell out of dodge. Got that AWP on his back instead. We'll just try to look for the exit fraction, take as many of those rifles away because Reflex know that they have copped this round. 1 good kill, but that's all they're find. And the M4 for King Cray is all that will stay in play. As an unlikely 4th will come through from Revelation when Reflex couldn't afford it, because look at the money line. Nothing available for the CT side. This is going to be a reset round for the Revelation squad. They're going to take this M4 out of the way. Okay. Quick adjustment on the spray there from the lone CT player. We'll be able to keep impact down, keep that rifle in play. But again, that's not much recovered again. Revelation had nothing to work with in that last round. Full eco except for 1 player. And they still got themselves an AK and an AWP.
Yeah, they had a bits of utility here and there, which did help once they got themselves through short and up on towards that A site. But we'll get another haphazard buy here, at least for the CT side. Whisk is only going to be on a CZ75. Adam is going to be on a scout. The rest of them do have a lot of equipment to work with, though, with those 3 M4s. Excuse me, but this is sometimes a situation you can get yourself into when rounds are going one way then the other every single round. The economy just gets completely out of whack for both teams, and then you have these weird situations where you have awkward buys maybe coming onto both sides. But as the rounds start, well, Revelation Racing is starting to slow down the rounds now. The last part of the rounds, they have gone very, very quick, especially up in towards that short position. But this time, King Cray holds strong.
Yeah, nice opening frag for Reflex. They need this. They have the M4s to work with, but they are still limited by a CZ and a Scout compared to the buy of Revelation Gaming. That means that they win things out even at the man disadvantage. But Shadow spotted. Fraser's going to take down 1 more. J-Sam out of the equation. They'll look for impact to around that corner, get that spray and get that kill in the end. But King Cray there to respond with a spray and of his own right. 2 kills, found impact, trying to keep control. But King Cray gets himself a 4K, and Reflex will be up to 4 back in evens against Revelation.
Yeah, King Cray really making that short positioning work as they'll get themselves back even. I think I've said that like 5 times already. They've got themselves back even, but I mean,
that's pretty much been the story of this whole game, though. They've just got themselves back even. It's been back and forth and back and forth. Like, I don't know if we can bring up the scoreboard real quick and see how the rounds have played out.
Yeah.
No?
Maybe we can, maybe we can't. We'll get that one. So
Hey,
there we go.
But you can see back and forth rounds since round 5, and both teams just playing back and forth and back and forth. Even the ecos have gone well. It's a half by once again for Revelation Gaming. Although they do lose the early phase, they aren't going to get a 1-for-1 trade.
Oh, Adam, this is all about the timing through the smoke. He'll push up 3, he'll see 4, manages to pick up 1, picks up the 2nd as well, pulls out the USP to try and finish off these players, tapping away at the top of the scaffold. He will find the 3K, but that is always such a scary situation when you come out of a smoke, you see almost all the entirety of the enemy team not looking at you, and then that's where most of us whiff.
Yeah, I mean, it's not even a word of a lie. That is when most of us whiff is like, oh, you've got so many players to deal with. They are essentially, it's like running a hot knife through butter, but it's like a full ton of butter, essentially. It is the perfect description for it. Like, you can do it. It certainly would be easy if you have the appropriate placement. And that's exactly what happened with that SMG, fortunately enough. He mowed down through everybody, and Fraser will start things off again to the favor of Reflex in this one, getting the AWP straight to impact skull, splattering T-side brain matter all across the lower tunnels. And Revelation will try to play around the alongside in this case. 4 players out here towards Longhouse, and here they come, flashbang over. Fraser's still going to find a secondary kill. He's got backup on short and CT, and he will just fall back to much more passive position. They're going to rush it down though still. Oh, King Cray, another lined up spray down 2 players. Fraser finishes the job. What a play from the AWP and the M4 as Reflex. These 2 guys are popping off for the CT side.
Yep, they really are. King Cray on 17 frags already, and we're only on the start of round number 11 of the game. He is going absolutely insane here on Dust 2, but Revelation, they are very much still in this game, but Fraser finding the first AWP peak onto Rust as he heads his way down the suicide position, and Fraser, he might even be looking for more here, but the thing is, The player has crossed off Impact up towards short as the long tail will start to come in now. Kingcray and Adam holding very, very strong at this point in the map. And now they've got the bomb control as well. But that won't even matter because Whisk gets his head taken off as well.
Yeah, simple cleanup right there from the Revelation. Also from the Reflex side, Revelation just not taking a single frag. It's pretty standard this time in the eco that goes well to the anti-eco squad in this case. So 7-4 on the board. Reflex finally starting to pull a pretty decent distance away from Revelation Gaming. And with the AKs on the buyback, however, they're sitting around about 3-4 rounds lost bonus here on the T side. Either way, just making their way inside the long position. It's Russ and Impact to start things off with the bomb committing once again. They haven't gone for many default styles. You know, only a couple of rounds they've really played out towards the mid position, trying to get short control and, you know, gain control of the tunnels and long all at the same time. So that way they can play a default, look for information and look for picks. And I guess it is kind of fortunate in this round, but for Revelation, you know, this kind of like one-sided style is not going to work out all of the time. That's really loud. That is Windows sound.
Yeah,
is what that is.
I hope that's not going through on stream. But, oh well. We'll get the big map up on the screen for you now. You can just see the long control that Revelation Gaming have managed to get themselves. And for pretty much free as well. Not much utility was used for them to get themselves out there. And obviously there was no one in Reflex to try and reply to that. So they'll use that to their advantage. They'll actually creep themselves towards that part of the map as well with the bomb. So it looks like, you know, as long as they can deal with Kingcray, who's been holding so strong in this short position, they'll be going for the A-split.
Or will he catch Hawk? Will he get Leaf? Incendiary's perfectly placed. Hawk's going to get forced back in through the smoke. The King doesn't have any idea. Oh my god, Kingcray! How does he get these lineups? That is absolutely ridiculous from Reflex's Rifler. And now it's a 5 versus 3 again to the favor of the CT side, because of course it is. Revelation will make their way onto the bomb site, tries to get this bomb down, but Kingcray is still hungry for blood, tapping his way to the headshot. Gets 3, on for the 4, can't quite find it. This motion blinding him off, and Impact will get that trade. And they follow through with more frags, so 2 versus 2, but Impact now left alone as Link deals with Russ. It's a 1 versus 2 retake up for the Reflex boys.
Yeah, but this bomb will go down for Impact in a really safe spot as well. He's hidden from both long and short, but short is the position that he has to be worried about right now, especially when Fraser is there, ready and waiting with that M4. The utility will be used. There's the lineup for Impact. Brilliant stuff from both sides, but Impact able to seal the round for Revelation.
Absolutely fantastic from Impact to recover that situation that his teammates obviously fell down very quickly to the likes of Kingcray, who did so well. The Impact with a double man spray, pulling off a Kingcray, if you will, towards that end of the round. And Revelation is a massive pickup, but you can see they are still hurting because of the economical damage done by Reflex. Some 2 MAC-10s in play. Revelation once again changed things up, trying to go towards the B bomb site. Hawk, however, from mid to B will catch Adam for the first frag, and the flashbangs come through. Here comes Lee, first man out, and checking out the car position out towards B doors. There's one more holding on the bomb site, and Link will take down 1. Wisp trying to spray on 2, but only gets so much damage for his trouble. Russ and J-Step take both players down, and Fraser and Kingcray. 2 versus 3 scenario. The bomb should make its way back onto the bomb site again. Standard smokes out towards B doors, and Molotov out towards the heaven and window area. Again, the bomb should go down. Reflex have been locked out of B.
Fraser with an AWP on this retake, which definitely isn't the ideal weapon when retaking B, especially. You can make it work on A, but on B, that is just a disadvantage, having that weapon in hand, and he's not going to be able to trade it out for a rifle. Instead, he will decide to save with Kingcray and bring that weaponry into the next round. Not going for the 2v3, and now Revelation, they managed to actually string rounds together.
This song is annoying, by the way. Sorry, I just got distracted from that entire round because they started playing the Macarena.
Oh my god!
Like, I don't like this song.
Thing is, like, if it comes over the mic enough,
we will get VOD muted. Yeah.
Wait.
I hope you guys have thought about that.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure that they can hear it. These headset microphones are pretty.
These headsets are really good at cancelling out noise, but that at the same time. I was listening on headphones a moment ago to the stream, and we could still hear all the people behind us in the LAN hall. So,
okay,
you know, probably best if we keep talking, that way we don't get VOD muted or copyright sued. You know, it would be nice if DMCA didn't come for our asses, but regardless. Revelation, another fast play out towards the long position. Lee's going to try and lead the charge. Great flashbang in. The CTs are going to get picked apart for it. Revelation's so ready for it. They will lose Leaf, but Jace and Hawk taking out Adam and Kingcray, 2 massive members of the CT forces. They will lose a lot of HP for it, but for Revelation, this is a massive pickup again. A man advantage at a 2-for-1 trade.
Quick decision being made as well for Revelation to back off after they get those 2 picks on long. knowing that they've probably forced at least one rotation out from the Reflex EU guys, as meanwhile they'll explore towards the long position to see if Revs are actually there, but no, they are on the other side of the map, and it's only Link on this B bomb site to try and defend from a very hungry 4T players as they head their way. Oh, they were going to head their way through up Molotovs, but that is a fantastic Molotov to try and delay as Reflex start to close in now.
That's such a good one as well, because they can start to push in, they can check mid, they know that it's all a B hit, the rotations will come through. Fraser's with the AWP around his corner, Link's going to spot. Fraser takes down one, they line up a little bit of damage, the Incendiaries come back, Impact takes Fraser, and Link will fall. It all rests on Whisk coming in from middle. Unfortunately, the Molotovs couldn't quite do the damage. They couldn't quite get the easy kills on J7 and Leaf. Still facing forward. Whisk up for the spray, ties the bomb plant. P2K turns around, does damage, and he gets back through the P doors. How has he escaped with his life? I have no idea. But a second phase will not go so well as Impact wins the 7th for Revelation. They're down to evens once again.
Such an incredibly close round once again. Reflex, they did such a good job on that initial B hole with the delay Molotov, which bought them so much time to get those rotations in, getting Fraser with the AWP up towards those B doors and helping out with the B defense. It did collapse eventually, but wow, that 1v1, just crazy stuff.
Around 15, it does leave Reflex on a back foot. SMGs, no rifles except for that scout, and for Fraser, it's not obviously the most ideal weapon you have for a rifle. Russ caught looking the wrong way though. That's a nice opening frag for Reflex in this case. SMG to get the frag, and now the T's will make their way in towards long. They've got one more player right around the corner. Adam with a T, got that one fine. He does get one kill before Leaf trades him, so man advantage still 6 with the Reflex boys. Now, King Craig close. Do they have an idea? He's here. Great flashbang in. Oh, he's going to catch the bomb partner. Look back in for the second, but no. Hawk turns the AWP and turns it around once again. 3 versus 2. The good trades are good from Revelation, but it's not enough to get them to man advantage. Facing flashbangs. Fakes in. Nades out. Tries to do damage to Leaf. Trying to stop his bomb plant for a few more seconds. Tapping their way through. They can't land the headshots. Actually, Hawk turns that AWP onto the first. They're all held up towards Shore. Are they going to be ready for this potentially?
I don't know. Hawk doesn't have a lot to work with. Oh, no. Okay. Oh, he's getting gifted the bomb plant.
It's not quite as bad as I thought it was. Okay. I thought they were rotating to B, but they're going towards long. They're going to tackle it from a different perspective.
Yep, they will. So either way, they do give Hawk the bomb plant, as he'll pick up actually a couple of flashbangs off the floor. What he would ideally needed was maybe a smoke or a Molotov, and he'll get pressured up through long. Finds the second AWP shot, and Fraser as well. Revelation closed out the half in emphatic fashion.
Absolutely fantastic from Revelation, from Hawk in particular. 4 kills for his line, with great headshots on the AWP for the final 2. You couldn't have scripted that. You couldn't have made it better for that T side. And now Reflex going into their own T side will have to look towards a bit more of a aggressive force here. It has been a task and a half to gain control of this map up here. It's only map 1 of our best of 3 in Revelation. The ones that are going to be ready to try and take the face back over here towards long. Leaf gets the first on Whisk, and now waiting for the second round. Right around this corner, could not get the pop shot. The flashbangs will still come through for Reflex. Still 2 players out here, including that bomber. Third is going to join the fray. And a 4th one out towards the mid position just to cover off any, cover off any rotations. Impact's going to deal with him. 5 versus 3 scenario. It looks like the smoke is all that remains on Adam. He's going to try and smoke out towards short. Or not, actually. They're going to try a completely different strategy entirely. A
lot of information gathered by Russ, though, as he's pushed up in the B tunnels. So he's going to be that early warning system if they decide to head that way, as JSAB manages to find 2 headshots on the short position. Impact able to finish up the round for Revelation. They'll start off the second half on the best foot.
There you go, 9 on the board. Revelation going to continue with the momentum to get their 8-7 to a 9-7 and possibly even a 10-7. Unless Reflex have anything to say about it, they have got Deagles out here for the force buy round. So 5 hand cannons. We've seen these pistols do so much damage. They are the most powerful pistols in the game. Just so they can get that headshot, they're not going to find anything out here towards Longhouse. I mean, they will get some damage on Leaf, but not exactly a kill. And there's still 3 players to deal with here on the A bomb site. Great nading from Rusty as well. Oh, a lot of damage on Fraser. And Whisk, of course, on 95. We'll receive a little bit of that splash damage. All 4 players stacked up here. The bomb is out towards mid, and Leaf could cut this off if it does decide to go towards that mid position. They were starting to peek in over from the mid doors as well. So if they catch that bomb on this rotation, not going to be looking good right here for the T side.
Russ might have a lot of trouble if they actually go out onto the A site right about now, because he's only on a scout, but if he gets rushed by the 5T players, then there's not much that he can do. The only support that he has is in the CT spawn right now, so could be a little bit of an awkward moment. Russ finds the tag onto one of the players. He finds a second tag to pull him down as well. JSAV picking up a couple of kills with the mass. Link trading one back with the Deagle, though, as Russ still tries to and defend this A site. The bomb will be planted, though, for Reflex, just as they manage to get themselves out the fire. Both players playing Goose, trying to tap away with those Deagles, find the one. But the thing is, that is still, I would count, a decent objective completed for Reflex there, getting that bomb down.
Well, it was it was a half buy, a force buy, if you will. So, you know, I don't think it was completely objective completed, but they have got themselves a bit of a boost. They could go for a half buy in this next round and still be very, very good looking up for another rifle round. How do the T side want to play this one is the real question here. One upgrade on King Cray. Eagles, Kevlar, yep. Half buy. So this will be fine. Again, this is 100% fine. Again, the economy looking great for Reflex. Trust that they can work possibly a similar sort of strategy. Or play towards the mid position in the B tunnels. Always going to mix with Mirage. I'm very bad at that. But Reflex in mid position. King Cray just avoids the first CT. JSAV still get Adam, and Whisk won't be so lucky either. USP shots will spot them all crossing as the crossfire shuts them all down. Very simple stuff again for Revelation Gaming. 3 kills for JSAV in that one. With Impact getting a little bit of the impact as well, and 11-7 on the board for the CT side. But Reflex, they were focusing on this round. They got that bomb plant, they half ball. The AWPs and the AKs can come through. They've got full sets of utility. Yeah,
Revelation Gaming on a very good run of things so far, both at the end of the first half and at the start of the second half. It's all stalled out though for Reflex Gaming at this moment in time, but on to the first gun round of the half they will go there, and AKs and AWP being used, but the thing is, those are nothing compared to the UMP of Leaf as he's able to get a kill on towards the long position. Still a huge long presence here for Revelation Gaming as they really want to keep a stranglehold on this part of the map, and stranglehold is definitely the word for it because Russ able to get the kill with the scout, but the thing is, Link trades 2 back though with his AK. Adam having to try to take a duel as well, as that will mean the fight on long is done, but meanwhile Link has managed to secure the B site.
Yeah, Link with 2 kills towards the upper tunnels. Displays just a sheer amount of, I think it was a spray transfer to get those 2 players down, but either way, a great amount of control that obviously gives Reflex the bomb site. They do lose all 3 players towards Longhouse though, and that's a problem because now there are 2 AKs to play with Revelation. There are plenty of firepower available. Link's got this one position to worry about. 1 kill might be good enough. He gets a second. He wins the round for Reflex. Leaf left alone to clutch this, and you've got to realize that surely you shouldn't find a way back in. Link checking every single angle as he ran a corner, face in, spray down, and Leaf will fall to the ace for Link. A fantastic round from him, getting Reflex the first on the T side.
Oh, he's absolutely coming alive as well in this game. We had King Cray a little bit earlier on, putting up the huge frags. He's on 25 right now on round number 20, but Link isn't that far behind. Yet to get into the 20s, he's sitting on 18, but those frags have been very, very impactful indeed. It's going to be another buy round for both teams here, so equalized weaponry, what can they do? Adam very quick up too short. Actually catches Leaf completely off guard. Will he be able to find a second goal to Russ? No. Russ is upgraded his scout up in towards an AWP, so he's able to land those body shots and still be okay. But Hawk, though, I thought he was in a more interesting position than he was, and he kind of is. He's hiding behind that Xbox right now, so this requires a little bit of presence of mind from Reflex. They do check it. King Cray, he checks those, and he heads his way up through the mid doors. JSAV, though, he's been posting up the multi-kills in recent times, but only able to find 1 this time, as the mid-control being gotten here from Reflex Gaming. They head their way up towards B, and they will be able to secure the site. But the thing is, can Fraser get through the window in time? No. He can, and he'll get the bomb plant here, but here comes Russ, very quick up through the window, through the Molotov as well, and he burns alive. Finally, a round on the board for Reflex.
Yeah, within 2 of the Revelation Gaming side now. This is looking a little bit worse for wear for the CTs. And Reflex doing great work at their offensive players, obviously getting control, getting up in the face of the CT forces means that Reflex get themselves within 2 and force the issue here for the Revelation side. It's going to be an eco. I think the first eco we've seen out of this CT side so far. And yeah, they will get picked apart for it. JSAV straight in, straight down. King Cray gonna get that AWP. Pass it back over to Fraser, see if he can do anything with it. USP will push forward from the Leaf, will get caught off guard by King Cray, so no problem there again. Standardized stuff with the rifles, overpowering the pistols. Maybe Impact or Rush to get some damage done with the Deagles and CZs. Very different positions and completely isolated. Any number of players moving on their angles, and they will end up falling down. And in this case, Adam will take down Russ on the B-bomb site. Impact might find 1 kill. No. Adam with 2. 3 HP stays alive. And now they're within 1. Reflex have brought this one back. Revelation, just when they were starting to pull ahead of their T-side opponents, they have brought it back.
All 5 staying alive for Reflex as well. Just allows that economy to develop. They have a huge buffer in terms of the money that they have on the team, so they can buy the next couple of times even if they lose in this situation. But Whisk up, quick up through Suicide, quick down mid as well. But Hawk looking over the top of this smoke. Is that sort of some Sude one-way smoke, but he gets a face full of flash, and he might even get pressured even further here as Whisk has already made his way through the doors. In fact, almost the entirety of Reflex have made their way through the doors, but Hawk is able to post back up with that AWP. Leaf gets killed just after smoke blooms, but King Cray, though, what can he do? Has that diverted the attention of these B players? It hasn't. Hawk is looking that way, but King Cray takes off his head completely regardless of that situation.
An impact traded back by Cray, trying to see if he can make a 2 versus 2 work, but his backup's gone down, including the bomb. 1 player low, 1 player high, and AK in a 1 versus 2, and they know exactly where he's coming in from. Molotovs will confirm it. He just can't get any vision, any sort of idea on where Revelation are playing from. How do you win this out? You're going to line up the spray on both of them, and the headshots come through from the AK so easily. King Cray ready to face. Off angle spot from J-Sam, and J-Sam will just peek out. Get the final kill for Revelation. You get 12 on their CT board. It got close, but no cigar from the last man of Reflex. There's not enough money to reinvest, however, so we should be seeing another confident round come through from the T's.
Yeah, I like this sort of varying styles starting to come out for the Reflex side. They've gone for past a very quick execute on the past couple of rounds, or last last period of the game, and sometimes they have been working out for them. It almost did in that situation as well. It's just sort of fell apart at the very last moment, but finally they'll even start to explore towards long, and Leaf, he's found himself into the corner by the door there. He's not in front of that smoke, in fact. So, but if he just starts randomly spraying right now, he'll catch him directly in the head as Reflex. Then he'll decide to head their way back up, back down through lower tunnel, start to pressure this mid position once again. Is it going to be another mid to B strat coming out?
Good, well, B. Reflex putting early utility down to suggest the idea that it's mid to B. Try and force the CTs back away from the doors. They make their way onto short this time around. Looks like the A player is going to be the thing. Adam, down this corner, 2 players to try and find Leaf. Will face in, and the crossfire is going to work out. Leaf will be able to get the kill with a little bit of assistance from Hawk. The Whisk traded back by Russ, who 3 frags, found the AWP going ham, looking for another. Russ destroys everyone on the short position, and now it's all left to Fraser. Bombs away from him in 40 seconds to work with. 5 players to find with an AWP. It's just not happening today.
Yeah, Russ getting 3 kills in this round. Maybe looking for the 4K as Fraser, he just has to back off with that AWP. The economy is now starting to look a little bit more worrying for this Reflex side. Of course, they will hopefully, in the case of Fraser, save the AWP into the next round. But the thing is, he will get pressured here up to spawn. Lands the shot onto Hawk, so he'll keep a hold of that AWP. But no one's close enough to pressure him with 15 seconds remaining on the clock. So Revelation Gaming getting themselves back onto the board there, bringing themselves up to 13 rounds. But most of these rounds have been pretty close in terms of the actual start of the execute. You know, these aim duels can literally go either way most of the time. We've seen star players on both sides win out. We've seen Russ go insane with the AWP. We've seen Link have absolutely crazy moments as well. Same with King Cray. Players on both sides really contributing and really just putting 110% on the server.
Yeah, Revelation trying to keep a hold of as much money as possible, because you can see that if they went hunting in that last round, they probably could have lost a number of rifles, and they couldn't afford to reinvest those. So smart players coming through from the CT side, try and maintain as much control as possible. Meanwhile, Reflex on a force buy round. 2 AKs, 1 AWP, Mac 10 CZ, and that's the entire setup of the T's. It's not looking great, I'm not going to lie. Reflex trying to play out this mid position, try and go towards the A-bomb site, maybe through short. Have got that AWP on Rush, which of course just dismantled everybody. A clothesline after clothesline scenario with that AWP. We'll see if smoke's coming through. We'll realise that there are some T-side players. The second smoke will also give some information. Yeah, they will respond with an incendiary and a HE nade. Still 60 seconds left on the clock there, Revelation. Now I've got a lot of information to work with, neither do Reflex. Trying to guess on where they might be holding in from, because there are only a handful of setups that Revelation have used so far. And actually, The initial utility setup now going to rotate back over towards the B bomb site. JSAF's not going to get any information on this. Revelation not going to realize that it's going to be a quick B split potentially.
He might have just been close enough to hear them run back off short, but Kincray gets into an aim duel with him, and that stalemate will remain as Russ will get himself a kill with the orb. Fraser also being able to trade back onto Impact, and Adam getting a kill with the CZ, but Russ once again with the orb wallbang through the B doors. That has really, really stalled this B sake for Reflex. They'll have to jump across the doors now because JSAP is holding this angle. The plant will go down for the tunnel's position, but the thing is, Revelation do have a flank coming up through there as well as this retake is in full swing.
2 low HP players, now just 1 high HP player in Adam. Can he find the kill he needs? Oh, he's given away his position. I don't know exactly where he is coming in from, and they just all converge in his position. 1 mistimed tap. And 1 bullet is all that gives up the ghost there for the Reflex side. It's 14 on the board for Revelation Gaming. As they look close to taking Dust 2 in our first map of our best of 3. It's been close and steps forward and backwards. I really hope that's not coming out on stream. That is extremely loud. 14-10 for Revelation. And they're up against an eco from Reflex.
Yes, they are. So staring down the barrel of match point potentially. Here are Reflex, but we've seen the Deagles definitely work before, but not this time because Russ has got himself very quickly onto that long corner, able to get the pick and then fall back to the A site. But once again, through the mid doors, they will go. JSAP here holding strong, finds the first shot onto Adam. Hawk chiming in with 2 kills, maybe even with 3, as actually JSAP will steal that away from him. So eco frags being gotten. Now's go time if you're Reflex. You're going to have to challenge for OT.
5 rounds to get there here, Connery. I have my doubts, I'm not going to lie. Revelation have been looking like a well-oiled machine so far. Although that being said, look at the kill count on Reflex. Can we bring that up again real quick? Can we just get that scoreboard back up again? Wow, 30 kills for Kincray. Absolute fragging insanity. But I guess it kind of proves that teamwork that Revelation have to work with. They are an official team, so the fact that they're here right now doing serious damage and still able to get the early tank damage on Fraser to sort of limit that orb, and Reflex aren't quite fragging in the same sort of manner that gives them like, as many rounds as they have. And the Revelation playing a well-oiled CT defensive, and they will lose the opening frag for this one. Kincray, not too surprising from him. But chances are the trade frags can come through and they can lock out the A site when the hit comes through.
Punishing Hawk for his little pushing escapade up through the lower tunnels brings the man advantage in favor of the T side that has to win the next 5 rounds to have a chance at taking this game back, taking this map back in overtime. Russ throwing the Molotov to delay as that's a drop smoke. They'll come down, and the T side will be able to get the first kill of the round, but Russ has to hold so strong on his side. He finds one, but not able to find the others. Adam able to take his head off, but and now Adam, he'll explore down towards long. Leaf has been hiding in this corner for a good while. So, not entirely sure if Adam will expect this one. He manages to find the shot as Impact. He'll have to back off with that AUG now and just save it into the next round and allow Reflex this little bit of a inroad back into the game. But hopefully, being able to use that AUG in the next round will pay them more dividends.
Yeah, a chance still to be taken for the Reflex EU side. 11 on the board now, 4 more to the overtime. They've also got a pretty decent amount of money for Revelation, so they're not going to be too fussed. They're not going to be too many issues with trying to get another buyback in, of course. The AUG save from Impact relieves a little bit of investment. You can see $7,000, $8,000, $6,000. $4,000 is the lowest on Impact, the man himself. So Revelation should be in with another good round out here against the Reflex side. And they're gonna, it all kind of rests on that first pick for Reflex. If they get that opening kill, then there's a good chance that they'll be able to spiral the round out of control. If Revelation manage to find a trade during the course of that opening kill, or get the opening kill of their own right, then Reflex tend to struggle a little bit with their defaults and their execution sets. Right now, I think they've realized this, which is why they've taken a small tactical pause to try and figure things out.
It also depends on who they find their initial pick onto, because that time it was Hawk who has shown some pretty good fragging power over the course of this map so far. So taking him out of the equation early on is so important for Reflex. But it's not just Hawk that you have to be worried about. You always have to be conscious of where Russ is, where he's playing, and if he has an open hand or not. Of course, he will do in this one, as we'll get that tactical pause just up. But actually, might not even be tactical because Hawk still hasn't bought yet. So maybe we're having a couple of issues with his situation. But 11-15 here in the first map of the best of 3. Not a bad showing from Reflex, but again, the game is still on the cards here. They can still get themselves back in. We've already seen Dust 2 overtime on the broadcast here this evening, so don't see why it couldn't happen again.
I don't doubt it for a single second here. Reflex on the cusp of doing so. I mean, obviously they've got themselves a few more rounds to make up against Revelation, who of course only have one to take this whole thing and move on to Overpass with the advantage. Play out towards the long house where Russ is on short, ready to face in. Maybe catch off one or two of these guys. And the Reflex much more passive this time around. You know, usually they're playing to try and get that opening pick, or they're just straight up rushing into a bomb site. This time around, not quite the same sort of scenario. Adam will finally make his way in towards long house control alongside Link, who's watching into this pit position. No one from the CT side will be there in this case. Hello. There we go.
Hello.
Okay. Small server problems. It's all right.
Yeah, happens. But that long corner smoke will go down, just allows a little bit more breathing room for the T side to get themselves more towards the pit position and just lie in wait for any overzealous peak coming out from the CT side, who are playing very, very patiently, very, very passively indeed as well. No one really pushed up, maybe with the exception of the short player of Leaf, who has a little bit of a more forward position, but the map is completely quiet right now. No one daring to make a move except for this T side as they try to get themselves that long cross smoked. Ooh. Is that a missed smoke there? Russ is able to abuse that one. He'll throw the smoke on towards the Raptor to try to delay the push as well. He's getting a little bit of help from Impact here as he'll... Again, this is just stalled out the run for Reflex. They don't know what to do. They got the bomb down. That smoke, that left-hand side of the smoke is completely just open for business. And Adam now getting themselves up onto the site. There's going to be a player of Russ still at the Gandalf position. The bomb will go down the side. We'll have to see if it's going to be a wall bang. Oh. We will see a wall bang to kill the bomb planter. Fraser against two now. Hawk and Leaf on the retake.
Just getting the bomb plant down with a 1 versus 2, as you say. AK picked up the try, get the 4K. This is going to be a tough slog to get them out. All spots the head, and Hawk will take him down. 16-11 Revelation are going to have the first map, and Reflex, a couple of missed pieces of utility. First, that smoke to give the massive gap for Impact to get as many kills as he wanted to in the Molotov on Gandalf. That's left one with no real chance to get that AWP back out of play. That's unfortunate sort of situation from Reflex to concede in that kind of manner of fashion, because other than that, that hit looked like it was flawless.